I'm only voting so that there's at least some sort of race. I don't want it. I know Verkiv is gonna.
Wow. So hi everybody, welcome to the game where Pierce is admitting that he's just voting to keep things interesting. My name's Philip.
That is pretty much what I do every week. I feel like
publisher.
That's pretty.
And we were just asking Pierce why he voted against against saving Cosmonocelot.
Also, there is a 2% in there that actually is very intriguing to me based off of it's somewhere we didn't go in Here Be Dragons. The ramifications of something that we will never see in that game, because if you think we will ever return to that,
you will never go to Fulcrum.
We will never do that.
Won't go. Anyway, welcome everyone to.
I'd like to say that I like to insert myself here and say that for once Philip found something to go live during that I couldn't participate in whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next time we'll make sure that you're. Next time we'll make sure that you're the big star. But hi everyone, my name's Philip. I'm the publisher here of Topflight Tales. I'm surrounded by wonderful players. Wednesday Comics players.
Wednesday Comics players.
There we go.
Wednesday
tonight,
Comics players.
Because we are going to be kicking back into the old Meridian Salvation game. I'm going to be burning Hithmari High Desert, which is to be honest, it is my current favorite scent at Cantrip Candles. And it is evocative of kind of like a desolate alien planet in a way that I like.
Have you Alien Romulus yet?
No, is it out already?
I think it's out this week. I had a couple friends who saw it. I had a couple friends who saw it last night, but I don't know if that's like they were
maybe
like a screening thing or if they actually saw it.
Maybe it's like a Wednesday release and came out today. Yeah, and which means it would have come out last
night. What came out?
Alien Romulus.
Oh. I'm very intrigued by it. Yeah, very. It's the first time I've been really interested in an alien movie in a long time.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I was very interested in seeing Prometheus.
Well, that's true. I was real interested in seeing Prometheus, and then I saw Prometheus.
It says it comes out on the 16th, so it was probably a screening.
Yeah, you have connected friends. That's what it means. I saw, I will say, in defense of Prometheus and Alien Covenant, they both have some very good scenes in them. I don't know that either of them.
I think what you mean to say is that Michael Fassbender is in these movies, and he's a fantastic actor.
Yes. Yeah, I love Michael Fassbender.
Oh, he's great. He's great in both of them. But no, I mean, like, there are some sequences in both of those movies that are cool. There are some like action set pieces that are like, yeah, this is.
Oh, you mean like you mean how there's something that they call the Prometheus School of running away from things?
Okay, admittedly, yes, but the scene where she basically gets put into like the abortion machine to rip the alien out of her, that's pretty rad.
Pretty
intense. And I mean, I do think that's like.
But that is a different movie. That is such a different movie than the one that movie that scene exists.
No, but it's like the original Alien is just like it's all an allegory for sexual violence, which is like why that then. Is like that's why that like it hits so hard in Prometheus.
And Aliens is just a film
apparently also
and God, our Alien.
It is also apparently also Dan O'Bannon suffered from I have not confirmed this. This is just something I've heard, so it could be apocryphal. Crohn's, and so he kind of wrote the alien the xenomorph as sort of a metaphor for that.
Wow.
I like, Dan, that you chose to hijack the intro. Make it about something that you had a lot of opinions about.
There we go.
I'm happy to be here.
Before we begin, by the way, I'm going to show off something that was a somewhat impulsive thing I did today. Which is, for a long time, I have sort of been feeling like one sort of like expensive-ish kind of collector thing I really would like to purchase is an original production cell from Batman the Animated Series.
Ooh, yeah.
Because like it's my favorite show, and I've been watching. I don't know if you guys have watched Cape Crusader on Prime, but it's great. It's so good, love it. So I'm kind of in that mode. So a friend of mine sent me to. There's a place called the Van Eaton Gallery that I think was somewhere else in the valley, but it is in the past couple of years it has moved to like it's just in Studio City on like. Ventura, kind of by like Laurel Canyon. It's in a huge, cool space there. Lots of crazy pop culture stuff. Also a ton of like Disneyana. I think that's like their main stuff is like Disney parks, memorabilia, and vintage things like that. It's very cool. They didn't have their pickings for Batman the Animated Series cells were pretty small. They did have a lot of very cool like original storyboards, and those are very interesting.
Cool.
But it's just kind of like at the price, it's like I can't quite justify that.
Do you know anyone who works at WB?
Not in that context. But he was saying that it was CWB really kind of controlled all of that, and they used to sell them in the stores, like in malls. You could buy like Batman cells.
Well,
because
I remember when I was there, they would have like a week where they would just like there would just be bins that they would just set up.
Yeah.
And it would be like Hanna-Barbera, and like you could just go through and you could buy cells.
Yeah.
Just as someone who worked on a lot, they would do it for like a week in the summer, which is why I was asking. I imagine they still do that because that is the one thing I feel like Zaslav wouldn't have gotten rid of. Like, you mean I can
get rid of all
sell this stuff I was going to throw out?
That being said, also the Batman stuff, like what I have found online, and this, I think the Batman stuff is a thing. What is surprisingly not expensive, however, and this is a plug for if anyone has money to burn, go to the Van Eaton Gallery. What they did have was a massive amount of production cells from X-Men the Animated Series.
Oh.
And they're much cheaper than the Batman ones. And basically he said, yeah, Marvel just like sold like all the cells from X-Men, their 90s Iron Man cartoon, their 90s Fantastic Four cartoon, just like sold them to us for like nothing because they thought there was no worth in them. They destroyed a lot of the stuff for it before, like it's like they had like, you know, they destroyed all the production art, which would be anyway. So I saw one image and it was just a thing of like, I recognized many images were really cool, but this was just one that it's an episode I've seen so many times. So I did purchase this original production cell.
Oh,
if
that
anybody
is rad.
recognizes this from Deadly Reunions. What's like the fourth episode. This is after Rogue has given a mouth to mouth to Cyclops. She gets his powers and like she backs up and she's shooting it, and then she shoots it into her indestructible hands, and she's like, "How do you turn these darn things off?" Anyway, so I was like, "Well, I'm buying that," and it was expensive, but I mean it wasn't obscene, especially compared to the Batman ones, which I still intend to buy one of those. But anyway, but that's pretty fun.
How many Lego sets was that?
This, I will say, less than either of my Batman Lego sets was this.
Oh, all right.
No, it's not that expensive.
No, it's not that expensive. It was, I will also say, the cheapest one I saw, and I nearly bought it because it was so cheap, it was like a full frame cell of Beast for $125. Like a close-up of Beast talking.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, I would... If I'm buying this, I'm not going to buy that too, but like I would have at least bought that because that's because Beast is great. Stars by my Stars and Garters. So anyway, the Van Eaton Gallery, they have so many. You're not, and it's unlike the Batman stuff too. What they have left of Batman animated series things are very weird random episodes. This is like, you want cells from Night of the Sentinels, you want a bunch from Days of Future Past, you want a bunch from Phoenix Saga, want some from Dark Phoenix Saga, they're there. So
it's such a smart, like I have a thing that hangs on here, although right now it's in a box somewhere. It was not expensive because the cost of making was not, but they just took it was for Star Wars, and it was the 6 films by Lucas, and it's just a 35 millimeter frame from each of them that can be backlit. So, and one of them is from Empire, where Vader's holding his arm out. It's just random, but I got the one where basically he's saying, "I am your father."
Yeah.
Right? Look,
those are just snipped out of a print.
Yeah, exactly. And that's such a smart way to make money out of something that like you don't need all those prints. They get destroyed. You have archival prints, you have things you save, but I like this stuff finding a second life and not just being burned.
Well, and I mean, I especially production cells are a very cool. There's something cool about, like that is the thing that was photographed. That was the painted on acetate and sent to acetate, I think. So anyway, just wanted to show that off since this is our superhero game. Plus, I got it today, and I know Pierce likes Rogue. There's a lot of Rogue there.
I do like Rogue.
Yeah. So
would you call it a Rogue's Gallery?
There you go.
I realize now I should have said that earlier. So I wouldn't, because there's also a lot of not Rogue. But they also have a lot of cells from serial cartoons. tying it into what we didn't do
Oh,
in our
that's fun.
thing. Yeah, which I thought was pretty fun. So anyway. So anyway, that is a fun one. Just want to show that off. Let's talk about Meridian Salvation, which we had. It's been a very long time since we've played this game due to travel. Yeah. So in our last session, in their attempts to get to the astral world to rescue Meridian's greatest but unknown nemesis, Tatiana Temple, Meridian and her crew of Fiat agents first tried to enlist the help of Team Tomorrow, accidentally went through the wrong wormhole. It's happened to the best of us, and found themselves in first a fighting game world and now in a planetary romance between Corinna, on Corinna's world of Tinnerval. So, having averted a sort of stampede of monsters that was coming around, including a copy behemoth, which is Rena Rude's new kind of like reason for being. Her new goal, her new end goals is get copy behemoth, baby, raise it, be kind to it. The group were told of ways that they could basically the Magmanauts said, if you get any kind of like fuel, I can convert it to good fuel for this ship and get us the name of let us know of like a place where there's a spatial anomaly nearby. You actually already found that out. There's a moon called Bemarval, and that's a nearby system, and that has kind of some weird stuff going on in it where you could probably like use it to venture into another plane of reality. They kept referring to it as spaceman fuel. Is something here. That's what they call people that travel in the stars. However, Meridian basically said we could go and get that, but this person Corinna, who sort of helped us and we helped her, she has a friend who is in trouble who's been captured by the Dirigil in their capital city of Audwir. So we need to go and rescue her before we can head out. And the Fiat agents were like, great. Rena Rude did not complain once about the plan not involving going to a copy behemoth because she's such a pro. So yeah, that's where we left off. However, I guess I will mention that in our prologue and epilogue for that one, we caught sight of the Prime Observatory, where we saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed version of Meridian saying like he's got to help. And basically, at the end of the episode, we saw that he had returned. He's wearing a Meridian costume, but he says, I'm not Meridian, you can call me the Golden Ager. That is where we left off in that story. So, with all that in mind, am I forgetting anything that anyone else wants to say from past sessions of this?
That seems pretty accurate to me.
Seems pretty accurate. Okay, great.
Yeah, nothing significant I think pops to mind. So.
Then I will give you two options, my friends, for a prologue. Option 1, Alpha City. Option 2, the Lakes of Despair.
Where are those?
The Lakes of Despair are a probable new name for a new Dreadland.
A what?
A Dreadland that
Oh.
may have.
Oh,
Jeez.
Do we get any more specificity than just Alpha City?
No, it's like, I mean, it's like the streets of Alpha City, basically. KJ,
That's one.
everyone's voting Alpha City.
Oh, good. I was going to vote Alpha City as well.
Perfect.
So.
So we got some chat voting for 2 because people are understandably curious what's going on with Meridian and did Ont make it there? I don't know. But instead, we will go to Alpha City where a bank robbery is thwarted. A high-tech bank robbery, you know the scene, like advanced military grade, trucks are driving in the front. They're pulling out the stuff, but it is suddenly thwarted by the Golden Ager. he prevents damage to civilians, he protects people. One of the bank robbers, however, starts to get away in the scuffle. As trucks are flipped, bad guys are tied up, a passersby are pulled out of the thing as the Golden Ager's handling everything in his cool Meridian costume. One of the bank robbers rips off his ski mask and just tries to blend into the crowd, but then he is punched in the face by a guy wearing a Meridian shirt. And another guy in a Meridian shirt starts kicking him on the ground too. Because these guys are really into the Golden Ager. They really like that there's a Meridian they can get behind. And as the Golden Ager goes over and tries to push them off, they ask for various, autographs with him, and he's not sure what to do, so he poses for some photos with them.
And the Golden Ager, not good PR move.
There's, on some level, he's like, well, I guess you didn't need to hit the fellow so hard, friends, but I suppose he was a criminal and you were trying to be good citizens, so, yeah. They talk about how much they don't like woke stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, I also like getting a good night's sleep, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, that's what happened there. Cool. Anyway. They're Golden Age Nazis. Thank you, Pierce.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's not a Neo button.
No. I think what their whole thing is just what's wrong with just having someone who stands up for good values for once,
Yeah, just traditional values.
Just traditional values.
The things that we all know that we agree and support.
It's good to have trad heroes again,
Trad heroes. That's exactly right. Maybe when Meridian comes back, she can be like Meridilass or something, She could be like his helper.
Mrs. Meridian.
Yeah, Miss Meridian.
Oh yeah.
So, good times. In the meantime, speaking of good times, everyone, if any, I don't know, you guys may not even be depleted in power. I'm going to give some power back to Meridian, who is deeply depleted in power. I think. No one. You don't roll luck for this, but who in your group would like to make a luck roll? Let's see how much much power you're able to get back over the course of this travel.
I have an 85 in luck.
Well,
so...
then, Michael Sheen, why don't you
Christ.
roll a luck for the group? And if you fail it, then it's fated.
Is it because you were on the Challenger ship and you're the only one who survived the explosion? Is that what happened, Michael Sheen? Is that what happened?
No, 53. It's a regular success.
A regular success. That'll be fine. In that case, I think roll a d6 for me.
1.
Yikes.
Sorry,
Okay. Meridian, do any of you even need you all get I was gonna do this +3 basically, so you all get four power back.
I'm at full, so
you're all at full, of course. Well, Meridian has 5 now, so she can at least activate a big thing. But Meridian may feel the need to try to do this fight without building stuff. So you travel with Corinna across the desolate plains of Tinnerval, which have a scent today of sagebrush, red clay, and cactus. But it's space cactus, so you get the idea. Upon arriving at the outskirts of Audir, Corinna tells you to hold up. And you do so, and Meridian clearly you all stand out given your clothing and the fact that you're humans. But I think we've probably grabbed some cloaks off the line here or there, as people do in movies, so you can all kind of cloak yourselves to some degree. But here on the outskirts of Audir, she will point your way not to the city itself, where Corinna will say, "You will be able to find your spaceman fuel there in the city. There are depots, although perhaps you could steal some from where we're going. Although I don't know if they keep spaceman fuel there. But we're going there," and she sort of points to a desolate fortress sitting about a mile to the south of the city proper, built on a rocky bluff kind of overlooking the severe terrain beyond. The tower looks very, like, not very welcoming. This fortress, there are some towers on it. It is not a tower itself, but there are some kind of like watchtowers building off of it. It's very sort of sharp and unwelcoming. If any of you have knowledges that you think would apply to like fantasy stories, or I guess even not fantasy stories, but if any of you have like knowledges that you think would apply to stuff like this, I like how Dan is really like, is there a thing you want to do as a stretch?
No, I'm not gonna try it.
Okay.
Arcane theology.
You have, wait, hold on, let me look at yours. Hold on. Arcane theology is probably not. It's a side one. One of yours might be mildly. Honestly, alien or cryptid sociology. That's probably the closest. I'll let you have it. You can have a half rounded up on that, so you can get, if you do an analyze, you can have a bonus of 2 on that. If you want to sort of think back on what this means, you can make an analyze roll, Rena.
Philosophy is the only thing I can think of.
I think philosophy would.
Or opiates.
What does bonus mean in this game again?
Yes, so sorry. Bonus means add the percentile dies, the ones with the tens column. You get to
add 2 of those.
Add 2 of those, and you get to pick the lowest of all.
Five.
5? Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, that's well under a that's a vital success because she has a 102 in analyze. So yes, with a vital success, Rena, in your studies of sort of like cryptids and various mythological creatures, both in things that have been documented and are known to Fiat, but also in stories and myths and legends, you are familiar with something called shadow elves. Shadow elves seem to be a kind of elf who live in sort of shadowy worlds. They tend to be very grayscale. They sort of they're kind of like evil elves or a little more uncertain elves, depending on the story in question. Some members of groups like there are elements of Flight Infinity who have encountered beings like that at times. This architecture and the description of these Kazgid seem to very much light up. And we'll even say you see a couple of them, like on the heights of the tower. You guys all have binoculars, I'm sure. So like if you look through, you can tell the group that like whatever they're calling themselves here, they might look a little different, kind of have like a slightly different vibe. These are basically shadow elves, like the same shadow elves you find in like a shadow world connected to this or in many other dimensions.
I mean, Rena will share that.
Very good. What is an elf? What does that mean?
It's a you.
Me? Oh, so I'm a mystery. So I'm a mystery elf? And they are Kazgid elves? Is that what you're saying? My species is called the mystery.
I see.
Here. Yeah.
Oh, on your world. So you have mystery on your world.
Well,
No.
Well, no, they're a mystery, but more like the concept, not like a people.
Oh, you mean mystery. No. What I'm saying is mystery. That's a mystery. But I'm a mystery. It's MYSTRI.
I think he might be both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, multiple things can be true, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very much. For example, Alice is someone who I've only met recently, and yet I care for her with a heart that beats with deep affection and
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Yes, we are roommates. We sleep in the same room very often. Meridian's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Well,
Yeah, no, so elves are sort of like an umbrella word we have on our planet for beings that have elongated ears specifically.
Yes, like mine.
But usually they're also kind of slender. They tend to have some sort of magical element to them.
Oh, I don't practice magic. I practice science sorcery.
Yeah, that'll work.
Similar but different, yes.
Oh.
But yeah, so but you here are mystery is the proper name we are learning.
And I'm not as slender as them. I see. All right.
I don't know. I've never met an actual elf.
Oh.
Until you. So you're the slenderest elf I've seen.
Oh. There you go. In the meantime, Meridian will say, "All right, well, that's good thinking, Rena. So, is there anything we know of these shadow elves that we can use to our advantage? Because you've gotten a 5, Rena, I think you kind of are something of an expert on shadow elves here. Give me a psychology roll.
A regular psychology roll?
I think so.
Okay.
No, you can add you know what, because it is specifically sociology you have of cryptids, you can have 2 bonuses on it. That's fine. You should really have one. We'll do a round down this time. 1 bonus on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
12.
12. It's an extreme success for you, certainly. So Rena, I'm gonna reveal something now that matters in the other games, but you guys won't know this. Because the Shadow Elves, up to this point, there's been a big deal of how they, they're like, immune to the mist.
Yeah.
And they sort of have, they have a lot of kind of, they're sort of like but there is Rena, you have read one random fairy tale in which Shadow Elves demonstrate a fear to something. What they fear, and what it seems like might be their weakness, is enchanted amber.
Amber?
Amber.
Like the okay.
Yes, like the sort of amber, the sort of, basically, I think amber is fossilized, like tree sap, basically, right?
Yes, I have seen Jurassic Park too.
Exactly.
How about the first one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only seen The Lost World.
The Lost World's great. So,
basically, magical amber or amber that is sort of special, this sort of tree sap, the gold. And in your thing, though they are sort of black and white, there's some element of them being like there's like the mists are purple and the amber is sort of golden, and there's, Oh, actually, Michael or Billy, do either of you have high in either compose, create, or calculate?
My calculate 75. My compose create is 80.
Give me a compose create, Michael Sheen.
My calculate's 81.
Then give me a calculate.
Regular success.
Regular success. So you're gonna get a thing, Billy.
Hard success.
Hard success. Both of you basically. We'll say that Michael actually says it first, but then Billy could even be giving some values on this just in his head of maybe using a slider and thing. Michael, one thing you do know is that in terms of complementary colors, or sort of colors opposite each other on the color wheel, from your time painting, I guess, is that yellow and purple, they're sort of opposites.
Interesting.
Does Michael just have a bunch of paintings of the Challenger explosion in his home?
He just can't stop. He paints it all night long.
I think it's more just byproduct of the fact that I'm good at everything else related to the will stat. But yeah. And it's more like like mentally like he's very like mentally flexible and fluid and able to adapt to the situation he's in.
Like when he was involved in the Challenger.
He just found it very fascinating.
Okay.
Plus, no, he had friends on that ship.
Just know that when we get back to our own plan, I will file a FOIA on this.
Good luck.
Interesting, Amber. So if we were maybe able to conjure Amber to show them things that Amber that might frighten them and give us an edge, help us get in to rescue Corinna's friend. Is that something you can conjure? Corinna will say, the two science sorceries I have are either sort of atmospheria that allows me to change the weather. I don't know that I'm capable of making it gold, but I could try. And then I can create force shields, which I suppose I could make a bit amber, but I don't think that's what we're talking about.
No,
she'll sort of turn to the rest of you.
Do you have any trees here?
There are trees, yes.
Do they have sap?
Oh, certainly.
Because really, right, isn't fossilization just heat and pressure? Like, Meridian, wouldn't you theoretically be able to just exert enough heat and pressure to fossilize some sap? And just turn it into amber?
We could try.
The enchanting part's beyond me.
The enchanting part's trying, but I'm not trying to kill them with enchanted amber. I'm just trying to frighten them. Maybe we could try to make our own amber. Michael, Rena, anybody have?
I mean, do we have like any machinery on the ship that we could use for that process?
You probably could double back to the interdimensional bathysphere for something like that, but it would be a good bit of travel.
Okay. I mean, I guess
make a luck roll, Michael Sheen. Let's see what you got in your duffel bag. See what you got in your kit.
Where's the other one of these? Oh my god, the problem I have is too many goddamn dice on my table.
That's where we're gonna find out that Michael also makes his own maple syrup, so he just has a tap in his backpack.
54 regular success.
I think you certainly have some. You definitely have some stuff that could exert sort of heat. You know, you've got like a very powerful torch. You know, you could try to kind of.
I mean, I guess because I also Meridian is strong enough. Could she she has the power of the noonday sun, right? She could
I do. I could try to put some solar energy into it, and yeah, I suppose we could make. But I mean
we wouldn't want to burn you out too much if we encounter anyone hostile.
And Karina, you said that you have shields?
Oh yes, I can make shields. I can make.
Can you
shield.
encase something in that?
Well,
could you put a bubble around something?
Oh,
because that would help apply the pressure, right? Could you even shrink it once it's there? Could you shrink it as it's in there to put pressure on it, and then Meridian can apply the heat? I've
never tried, but that's a very interesting idea. Yes, absolutely. I could try that. Let's see here.
What we really need right now is an Archimedes death ray. That's really what I think we.
A what?
It's a bit of science sorcery from home.
Oh, interesting.
I have a deck of cards I can show you later. If you want to know more about it,
Billy? Hold on, Billy. Go ahead and do a luck roll. I'm going to tell you if you want to spend power before this luck roll. This is I'm going to say that this is a very consequential, cheat code potential luck roll on your part.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you want to try to make this a thing, you can. But also, you're canonically bad. You're canonically unlucky.
That's true.
But if you roll, I'm gonna spell this out. If you can get an extreme success on a luck roll, I will allow a shenanigan.
It's a bonus per power per point of power.
Yeah, just spend 1 power, get 1 bonus.
All right, I think I'll spend 2. Get 2
okay.
bonus. We'll see what happens here.
He's got to get under 10.
Yeah. 4.
You got a 4.
I got a 4.
Billy, as you're going through your cards, you're trying to pull out like the Archimedes death ray. You suddenly realize that amidst your loose cards that you have kind of in that thing, there aren't decks made, this is this. But Billy, you actually have a Dr. Henry Wu card from the Jurassic World tie-in.
Ah, perfect. Oh. Interesting. Well, this is all about sort of fossilized amber. I wonder if I could summon it.
Summon what? What are you talking about, Billy?
Well, it's something that we did in a previous dimension we were in, where I was able to summon the cards.
I remember when you were fighting with your Science the Congregation, and I promise I will play a game of it with you at some point.
It's okay. We got busy things to do right now.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I have this card here, Dr. Henry Wu, who was a geneticist, and was harvesting ancient DNA from fossilized amber. So I wonder if I were able to summon him, he might just have some since he's holding some on the card.
He's literally holding it on. Meridian says, well, that was a different world where you were able to summon, right? That was a different...
Yeah. I haven't tried it since we came here.
Cosmology. Rena, you have some knowledge of the arcane. Do you think it would be possible to try and use the power we gained in that fighting universe here?
Is there a roll I should make before I respond?
I mean, why don't you can respond, and I mean, if you'd like to make the roll to no, but you're certainly welcome to kind of reply if you even want to go down the avenue of looking into it or not.
Sure. Well, the fact that previous universe even exists means whatever I say doesn't matter because I don't know anything clearly. But we can give it a try.
Meridian puts her hand on your shoulder and gives you too much direct eye contact and says, Rena, you know a lot.
No, I do. I know I do. I'm just saying it's if it doesn't pertain to the physics of our home plane, it's all just conjecture, and we should just try it anyways and see what happens.
Players, press A for players and viewers. Give me an A in chat if Meridian doubles down and compliments Rena and everyone, or a B if Meridian just like lets it go and accept that they know what they're talking about, and can just kind of be like now is not the time for a pep talk.
What?
All right. I'm just gonna go with that. I suppose I could wait. I'll wait a few more seconds here, but probably by the time we're here. All right, let's bring up the old Meridian sheet. Yeah, Meridian, kind of like, as you're saying this, Meridian kind of does sort of have this pausing moment and says, no, Rena, I want you to just know that the things you've experienced here have only made you even more intelligent, each of you. You are all excelling on this mission, and I know this isn't the mission we thought we'd be on, but I think it's the place we're meant to be. I think this is where we've been placed. She's very careful not to say this is where God's put us, because she doesn't want to proselytize to anyone. But in your mind, that's what she's saying. She'll say, so absolutely. She's going to roll a sort of like a charm persuade to try to inspire everyone. She rolls a 94, which is a success. That's the one thing she has improved is her charm persuade. She has a 101. So basically with that, she'll sort of tell you all this. And Rena, you didn't need the boost, but I guess you're kind of like, Sure. You know, honestly, Rita, it's like, yeah, I've learned a lot. Can I get a fucking copy of Behemoth? That's all well and good. You know, it would really help me as a copy of Behemoth. However, for Billy and Michael, you know, Meridian is clearly giving you some kind of big inspiration vibes. And Corinna says, that was so beautiful. So, Rena, with Meridian encouraging you, not that you needed it, I would like for you to roll. You have already done analyze.
Yes.
So let's give you the chance to let's have you pull out your pad. This will be a pure research roll. You can add your arcane theology to this as you're sort of thinking of ways that you would maybe pull sort of the deific power of, you know, the sort of demiurgical power of everything.
27.
27 is a hard success. You think that it is entirely possible that you guys could, especially since this Corinna lady has some magic, you guys might be able to magic your way into Billy summoning that card, or at least having it affect things. You do, however, think that it tends to be easier to magic a thing that's already here rather than magic like out of nowhere. So it might be good to have the amber, and it might be good to do everything you're talking about. Kind of a sort of, you know,
If I'm understanding right,
stack the deck.
we need to try to do as much science as possible and then try to fill in the gaps with some magic. Is that basically what we're trying to do here?
Corinna says, that's science sorcery. Yes, I can help. Yes, that is what science sorcery is. Meridian
Excellent.
says, yeah, all right, well, I guess we have a task. Let's get to those trees. And I think it's time to make some magic amber. First, I'm gonna say we're gonna kind of do this as a sort of, each of you will do a roll. We'll have Meridian do a roll. What sort of task, kind of in this sort of, you know, skill challenge equivalent, like what do each one of you want to head up? The things that need to happen is you need to get sap, make it amber, somehow connect to another realm, summon a card, who is Dr. Henry Wu. You need to pull BD Wong out of the deck and somehow impart that magic amber into what you guys are doing.
If we got sap from a tree and then just had Meridian fly around the world a la Superman and speed up time for it, could she turn it into amber?
Well, what I would think I have done this before. It's not easy, but I have technically, you know, don't ask me to do it because it's kind of, there's ethical things with the way they're made, but I have on some occasions, you know, gotten coal and squeezed it into diamonds. So theoretically, I could just squeeze a lot of sap into amber.
I think if you just squeeze a lot of sap, it would just go through your fingers.
Not if I put a field shield around it. Science sorcery.
Okay. Sure.
Well, like, can I calculate how much sap we would need?
Yes, give me a calculate roll, Michael. You're gonna handle the sap calculations.
Can I, with as much detail as possible, explain to Corinna who Dr. Henry Wu is?
Yes, absolutely.
And have
And
you aid us in this?
On helping Michael with the calculations to not have to hear all of that.
Rena, can I roll to put my fingers in my ears? Okay, so Michael.
It's weird because he comes to villain in like the later installments.
Michael, let's go ahead and roll how'd you do
Regular.
it? Regular success. Yeah, you need a good bit of sap, but there is sap to find, and we'll sort of start a sap gathering sort of thing here. Billy, go ahead and roll the explain to give Corinna the fullest understanding.
I'm gonna spend power to reroll that.
Understood. I like like it.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty.
Understood. I'm into it.
Okay, that's at least a success.
Okay, she's basically following. But why isn't he on the island when they escape at the beginning? Oh, I see. In the meantime, Rena, since he's already doing calculate, like you'll probably want to. We'll get you a calculate later. Don't worry. Is there any skill you can look at? Any skill you can think of that sort of? It seems like you're probably going to be directing the attempt at sort of a magical connection to this other realm. So is there any skill you could make an argument for? Also, you're welcome to roll analyze again. You just don't get to click a new box.
No.
Oh, that's great.
Could we do like a track for finding this sap?
Oh yeah, give me a track roll. Find that sap.
Okay.
Michael knows how much you need. He's rounding up because he's not 100% sure.
No, that's absolutely what I would have done too. That is a 50.
50. A success. So yes, Rena guides you to sap. Michael, with his various tools that he already rolled to have, is able to kind of, cut into the trees and get some sap out. Yes, Rena.
Would a Cappy Behemoth be interested in eating tree sap?
They are. Give me a. This would be. You're gonna have to roll analyze again. I'm sorry, but no. You can investigate. You can be looking around for their prints. Roll and investigate, and you may add your 3 for alien physiology.
Well, thank you. That's so kind.
So you get a lot of bonuses on this.
Except I don't have 3. Hang on. I just had one. You disgust me. 24.
24. That's, I think, a hard success. So that's good.
I had 2 90s.
Oh my gosh, 2 of them. wait, but if you had 2, you had 2. Nah, I see. 2 would have been 94. Yeah. No good. Although those still would have been successes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because you have a 94 in this. But click it, you got to the thing. All right, so Rena, with a hard success, yes, you look around and you do see some tracks consistent with copy behemoths. You think they often do graze in this area, and they do like to eat the sweet sap.
Rena's just she's gonna wait, or she'll help Michael, but she's gonna wait till he's done and then just continue to get a little extra sap for just research purposes.
Understood. Just as a backup. Perfect.
Just in case.
Just in
Little
case.
extra.
However, you guys have now gathered the sap. Billy has explained the character, so Corinna's got a sense of what's going on. But now Meridian is going to try to squeeze this sap.
Not all of it.
Well, yeah, no, you said you took some extra. It's like you don't have, you have your own supply. So Meridian is going to attempt to squeeze this. All right, I'm actually going to make a vote for this. This will be a vote. Meridian has 5 power right now. Oh, everyone get 1 power back because you spent an hour doing this collection. So she has 6 power. Meridian has in her sort of like work manual labor, which is what I'm going to
Hold on, I just remembered the rage I felt. What's the rule on luck? When you roll for luck increase every time?
At the end of every session.
Okay.
So if you already had, if you had did you have check boxes on your screen at the beginning today? Then you already did last time. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, definitely avoid the rage. So Meridian's going to try to just squeeze this sap into Amber using power. My question here is, should Meridian spend 3 power to have this be a power burst to kind of like, have this be a thing, or should we just basically, should we spend some power to sort of make this higher, or should we just let her roll it? See how it goes. I'm going to say vote A to have her power burst now, or B, she's going to conserve that and just squeeze as best she can without accessing the power of the High Noon Sun. That's the idea. So A, burn it. B, save it. B.
What's B? What it?
B is she's going to not spend power now. She's going to conserve her energy.
Oh,
Yar, I think it do be determined.
He did it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again,
Why does it
Steinberg.
have to be a pirate? That's the thing I don't
All
understand.
right, A's not
B was
winning
the
out
pun,
over
I
that.
don't-
So
No, they say pierce the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
yeah, A's not going to be able to come back there and dispute what we're doing this. So I'm just going to
They
roll
do say that.
a normal one for her. Who knows? She might roll really low. She technically a 6 or lower is a vital on this. That would be good. Meridian's rolled a 64. Guess what Meridian's score in physicality is?
120?
128, which means a 64 is a hard success. So with a hard success, she knows she could do better, but Meridian does compress within this sort of shield that Corinna's kind of crafting for her. Meridian manages to compress a pretty sizable chunk of amber. It is probably a little softer than, it has not been formed over the eons as it properly should be. Dan, roll a luck.
I was reaching my D13 there.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
4.
4. All right.
I mean, for me, that's not a, what is it? It's times 5, right? Or
Yeah.
what is it?
No, it's
not a vital.
It's a vital is a 20th, so you'd have to have an 80 for it to be vital.
Oh yeah, that's a vital then. My LX an 85.
Yeah, then with vital success. Okay, who here has a 75 or higher in your vitality in look? Anybody have a 75 in look?
I do.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, there we go. Oh wow, Billy has and even has a bonus on it.
Yes.
So you two notice something as Meridian does this. That caught within the sap is some alien insect.
You know, they say your fiat agents were too preoccupied with whether or not they could.
Didn't stop to think if they should. All right. We've had some really good luck today. That means some fun can happen. Meridian sees it too and says, I suppose that's fitting.
Yeah, I think that might help much more dramatically with the summoning.
Well,
Feels like an anchor point.
Rena, do you have an idea for how we should proceed with this magical sort of stuff? So, basically, Rena, you rolled your investigate to find the thing. So what did we want to have you roll? I asked you earlier and then we got sidetracked. What do you want to try to roll to sort of figure out the magical thing? And you could do calculate, but honestly, I think at this point it would probably be an analyze. You'd probably just do I know that's boring.
fine.
You can have your one bonus because of the arcane theology, and because things have gone so. Oh, you know what? Because of the fact that what's on the card, that there happens to be an ancient thing inside of it too. I'm going to give you an extra bonus on that, just situational bonus. So you'll have 2 bonuses on this roll, and you have a 102 in analyze. So sitting pretty here, guys.
33.
33. That is a hard success. Do you want to spend power to reroll? You get to reroll
Yeah,
all of them.
sure.
Cool. Let's do it.
I already got my check mark.
Well, you can even spend power. You can even spend power and retain the check mark. The only thing you can't do is spend luck and retain the check mark.
Oh, sure.
So, but even now you could also do luck. Yeah, go ahead and reroll the whole thing. Spend a power.
Oh, including the bonuses.
Yeah, you roll. Yeah, that's the beauty of bonuses is once they're on every reroll. It's great.
Sorry. 100 looks like what?
0, 0, 0.
Gross. Okay. Can I use power again?
Yes. To re-roll again?
Yes.
Because yes, and if you've rolled a 100 there, yeah, you don't have to keep the 100 because it is the highest. So yeah, you can re-roll.
No, they're 3 100s.
What?
All 3 are 100?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I would like to.
What are the odds?
Even if you're gonna make me spend a ton more power, I would like to.
You actually.
Oh wow.
That is a 1 in 10,000? 1 in 1,000? No, because there's 4 dice, so it's 1,000.
Well, I mean, if it's 1 in 1,000, it would be 3 of the. Yeah. So yeah. Well,
It's 1 in 10,000.
How do you get 0? Is 0 possible?
1 is the lowest you can roll because
Okay.
you have rolled. This has never happened in this game with this many bonuses. You cannot re-roll a fumble because all 3 were the fumble. You cannot re-roll it. So despite having a 102, you have fumbled this.
I'm just thinking of Galaxy Quest right now and fearing for Dr. Henry Wu.
That, I think, is probably going to be the vibe here. So, Rena, that, first of all, amazing work, because that is what a cool and improbable thing. And I bet you're thinking, boy, Philip, I wish you hadn't said spend a power and re-roll that, because you could have just had a hard success.
I could have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Philip said to re-roll, so once
You
again,
did.
I'm ruining everything. And, oh, here, hold on, let me take 1 power off, because you spent a power. There we go. Okay, so, all right. Here we go. Rena thinks on how the following is dramatic irony because we the viewers know what's going to happen but the players don't. Rena thinks on mystic theologies and how one would sort of do these kinds of, sorts of things, and basically recommends a means of Billy basically trying to do, because Billy, you did train to like throw your cards in a certain way in the verses.
Yeah.
So you have like a technique, and your idea is that you are going to try to throw that card down at the amber while sort of trying to evoke that stuff, while Corinna is bringing in some Science Sorcerer's energy, and while Meridian is using like an empathy wave to kind of just try to like, put everything more together. That's the plan that you've come up with. So Billy, go ahead and what were we having you roll something for those for the summon it? Was there ever like a? Do you have a roll for playing your card game? I know you get 2 bonus to play your card game. I know that. Yeah,
well, just the knowledge of it. I don't know that we ever actually had me roll anything for this.
Let's do
maybe it was just a science roll. Do we have a science roll in this game?
No, that would be some kind of an analyst. But I think this is more like I was gonna say you'd either do like unarmed combat, but I'd let you do like fine motor skills. It's kind of like
sure. Let's do fine motor skills.
So you have 2 bonuses, fine motor skills. Here we go. A 5. Great. So Billy throws it perfectly just in the way it was. Right. Oh, and Meridian has to roll hers as well. We're gonna give Corinna a pass here. All right. Meridian has to do an empathy wave. Does she have to spend power to do the empathy wave? Oh no. Oh, she can just spend 1. She'll just spend literally 1. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Okay. So Meridian sort of puts out her empathy, trying to draw that energy here. Rena has sort of suggested this method. Right as Billy throws it, right as you guys feel this wave, Rena, you realize something that is so dumb that there's a part of you that's kind of like, who would have thought of this? And yet you have this horrible sinking feeling in your stomach that you realize that it has fumbled the whole thing. Billy's facing the wrong direction. He's player 2, not player 1. And as the card, as that Dr. Henry Wu card hits the amber, there is this tremendous burst of energy. I need all 3 of you to do a dodge roll under your coordination.
That's a fail.
45.
What degree of success is that? Normal?
Regular.
Regular, cool.
That is 99, so I'm pretty sure that's a failure.
Cool, tight. All right. So, and I did.
You didn't get a 3 100s type of failure though.
No,
so.
that's a legendary, epic, and amazing thing. So basically, in the burst
Otherwise known as the KJ.
That's an incredible thing you've done, but narratively it's going to be great. So in this shock wave of energy, Billy and Michael are both knocked back. You both tell you what, roll resist injuries, you two. And Rena, you can also roll resist injury.
But
you succeeded, so I was going to have you take half damage, but if you get this, you'll take less. It's fine.
I'll roll the resist injury, but at some point, we have never done this yet. Can I make a recover roll at some point?
Oh, yeah,
I've never done that.
Oh,
and that's
sure.
really my superpower.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't even, make the resist injury, but yeah, that's fair. Good point. Yes, Billy? How'd you do?
Regular success.
Regular success. Okay.
Regular on the resist injury.
How did you do on the resist injury, Rena?
I lost it. Hang on. Oh, there it is. I got regular.
Regular. Okay, Rena, though you're kind of knocked back, you're able to like catch yourself against a tree. You know, you don't take any damage. Michael and Billy, you'll both have to spend 3 power to take that damage. However, Michael, if you want to make a recover roll,
I would love to. I've literally never had a chance to do this.
What is recover in this game? We've never talked.
For him, he has a healing factor.
38, so hard success.
Hard success, Michael. You do notice that Michael had a gash on his head as he hit a sharp tree thing, but as he sort of stands up, you do see the gash close.
Did we know he had that superpower? Because I recall we didn't.
I don't think you guys knew that.
But what is recover for the rest of us then? Because
Recover is I let him do recover for an actual injury. For you guys, recover is if you're sick, if you're hurt. It's how you recover from injuries in a longer thing. Got it. It's honestly a holdover from Call of Cthulhu. I've moved it out of most of the games of this thing as we've kind of gone on. Sure. The idea of having both resisting the initial energy and recovering from it is a very Call of Cthulhu thing because your injuries are just there forever. So it's kind of giving you more ways. Or it's more that it's separating them, so you have to put resources into more things to be alive. So you guys notice that Michael heals, which is probably notable, but that's probably not the main thing you are thinking, because at this moment you are hearing this bizarre, kind of stony, as the amber that you've summoned and the power that Billy has done and the backwards nature of it, you have summoned because there was a bug inside and because we had a fumble. Although, I'll tell you, this would have happened either way, but it would have been friendly to you without the fumble. What you have summoned is a massive saurian creature made entirely of amber, sort of rising up over the trees, this huge-jawed, amber magical construct that is not in your control.
Maybe. I did say
well,
that.
this is sort of mission accomplished, right? We needed some enchanted amber and we got some enchanted amber.
Yes, it is. This is a fumble where you've done the thing, but now it is out of control, terrifying.
Mission failed successfully.
And to Meridian's concern, this monster, which you were hoping to just make some way to frighten them, there is now a monster that is the greatest fear of and weakness of an entire city of shadow elves that you're next to. So you guys have all dodged back. It is going to make one sort of attack down here at, we'll say you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is Corinna, 9, 10 is Meridian. It does go for Corinna, so I'm going to let her do a shield field. So basically it kind of bites for Corinna, and she and these jaws close upon a field, but they begin to sort of bite through, and Meridian says, well, I suppose that's amber, but she kind of looks at Rena and says, "Any chance this thing's under our control?"
Oh, who knows?
I didn't think so. All right.
Well, if we learned anything from the fighting universe, sweep the leg.
Not a bad idea. So Meridian is going to take action. She will tell the rest of you. I think this is a little out of your league. I'd recommend just getting to cover.
Yeah.
I'll protect the nature. And she will.
Can I identify if this is like a specific type of saurian?
I'm gonna say this is a Saurianosaur. So yeah, go ahead, Billy. Do a you can do an analyze on that. Do you have anything about dinosaurs or?
No.
Okay, just do an
But
analyze.
it's not related to the dinosaurian.
Saurosaur, yeah, it is. Yeah, if only.
Yeah. Does the
Dinosaurian-
player get a bonus for playing saurian in another game? That's a regular success.
You are fairly confident that this is a dinosaur-like creature from this planet, not from yours.
Okay.
Whatever bug was in there, it may not be an ancient one, or maybe it was you're not sure if this is an ancient creature, or you're not sure if this is a modern creature that has been swapped with an ancient creature because of the magic you did. But the point is, it's this planet's version of a dinosaur, but it's called a Saurianosaur.
All right. Then I think with the knowledge that I have no grounding in any way, shape, or form to even advise Meridian, I'm going to just try to climb up a tree.
Okay, cool. So yeah, make a climb roll. Rena said she's going to protect the nature. I guess why don't you make a, you could do a sneak to find the hidden nature you'll protect. Well, you'll need to sneak to protect the nature that you've collected in the form of sap that's not a dinosaur. Saurianosaur. Michael, what are you going to do? Are you going to leave Meridian to face this alone?
Can I like analyze, see if it has any weak points that I can tell her to go for?
Absolutely. I mean, you already told her to sweep the leg, which is probably what her first thing will be. But yeah, give me an analyze. Look this.
Regular success.
Yeah, you Yeah, you suspect that I think you can tell her, because you can see that it's translucent. You can tell her that like this thing doesn't have organs. This is like a construct. So like, just beat it up. There's no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll get out of the way.
Understood. How'd you do on your sneak, Rena?
31.
Yeah, you are not its target. Michael, how did you do on your? Well, you did that. Do you want to do a run or a sneak as well?
Yeah, then I do is a sneak to hide behind a tree or something.
Cool. Billy, how'd you do in your climb up a tree?
Regular success.
Yeah, you're up a tree.
And then I guess when I get at a certain point, when I get like enough of a view of the terrain, I'd like to maybe look around to see if there's something I can find that might be a natural out, just something that maybe Meridian could try to lead this into that might trap it.
Understood. Sure, do a look roll.
I just spend 2 power to reroll a couple times, but I got a regular success of my sneak.
You just don't want to be the Jurassic Park scene of step out and it's
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's more just like I didn't want to spend any of my bountiful luck so I could click the fucking box.
All right. So basically, I'm going to roll 1 for Meridian. We're about to have some Meridian votes. Don't worry, players and viewers. But I'm going to roll 1 just Meridian kind of fighting against this thing. Yeah, that's a success. It's a hard success. She, with a 63, yeah, she manages to just kind of punch it once or twice, kind of pushing it back, trying to get this thing kind of away from you guys and away from Corinna. But Billy, you're up in the tree spotting. So how did you do for your look roll?
I got an 8, so that is an extreme.
Extreme success. Very good. Yes, you could call out to Meridian that if she could attempt to drive this thing sort of kind of on the bottom side of the bluff rather than kind of if it goes to the left, it's going to be kind of going uphill towards first the fortress and then the city. If you drive it to the right, it's going to be lower, and then there will be a cliff face stopping it. It'll still be very tall and high and scary, but it will be, it won't be going towards the locals. Would be the suspicion.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to point that out.
All right,
Meridian
Meridian says, understood. And she'll kind of just make one thing and say, if you're able to get your friend out in the chaos, I'd recommend, because I think there's about to be... Then she's like knocked to the side by an amber tail, and then she's flying back and mixing it up with this thing. All right. So, at this time, my voting friends, Meridian has two choices to try to get this thing. No, I'm going to give you three choices. Meridian can attempt three things. One, she can attempt to physically beat this creature, by grappling it, pushing it, shoving it, maybe even doing some power bursts. She can try to push the creature in the direction she wants it to go. That's option one. Option two, she can try to lead it there, kind of like using herself as bait, kind of making it follow her, lead it away from the city. Or option three, she can forget about leading it away from the city and she can just try to punch it into nothing because it is a magical construct before it can do any harm. Obviously, the problem with option three is that if you do that, it might, you also might not get any benefit to rescuing the person who you're here. So one is fight it to where it's going. Option two is lead it where it's going. Option three is just fight it. That's the kind of the lowest risk to civilian option, but it might not help the mission. I'm seeing 2 votes for 1. Ooh, and a vote for 2. I like it. All right, Will. Pierce just put 1 in, I think. I saw him enter. Oh, a 1 as well. Wow. Oh my gosh. Stark difference between players and viewers.
Wow. Looks like we're not letting the viewers have any agency in this viewer-run game.
Apparently not.
Constant battle between the creator and the audience,
All right. I'm going to say, because this is a big thing and this matters, I am going to spend 3 precious power, leaving Meridian with only 2. Yeah, we're going to go with... but it sounds like we're going with that. So, Meridian is going to attempt to... She's going to power burst, and she's going to try to, pick this thing up and throw it. Kind of in the direction, and she'll keep the fight up there. So, I'm going to do a throw for Meridian. She is now at, super bursting power speed here. But a regular, even a regular success will at least move it in that direction. Ooh! However, she has scored a hard success. So Meridian does manage to sort of push this beast in that direction. However, I'm going to have the monster attack Meridian back because she is not defending herself. All she's doing is pushing it. Yes, okay, so Meridian is going to have to roll a... Thanks for coming to our thing. Oh, I should have you guys roll. KJ, would you please roll? You're going to roll a resist injury for Meridian. So that is just a D100 roll. She doesn't have a bonus.
58.
58. Second time this happened. Guess what her resist injury score is?
106.
116. So a 58 is literally a hard success.
I can do math.
Yeah, that was a fast amount of math. So basically, Meridian gets... Okay, so yeah, here's what it is. Sorry, Billy tells her to lead it to the bottom of the cliff. Meridian throws it. It bites her, but she doesn't take damage and manages to punch her way out of the mouth. However, because of her sort of tossing it and doing it, she is definitely on the path she's done. She's going to roll another, she'll do another unarmed combat. She's already touched it, but why am I rolling? Well, it was a success there, so we'll let that go. But remind me to have you guys roll for Meridian. Sorry. So basically, as she's just, she keeps pummeling this thing. Boom, boom, boom. The rest of you are hiding in these trees. It's now well out of the trees. Billy, you can stay up in that tree if you want to, because you have a good sort of vantage. But Rena and Michael, if you guys want to, you can kind of go to the edge of this little copse of trees where you were getting the stuff. Corinna has kind of moved over there. And Corinna will sort of say, do you want to come with me to try to rescue Alice? Because this is attracting a lot of attention. And Billy, you can see without a roll, but Michael and Rena, if you guys kind of come to the edge here, you do notice that there are many of these well-dressed, sort of gray-scale casket elves who have stepped out onto this, and they see kind of like below them. It's probably like a scary thing of like you see like Godzilla at like eye level if you're in a skyscraper vibe. Like they can probably see the top of this amber creature, you know, kind of like at the level of their fortress, just its head is, you know, and flying around, and they seem absolutely terrified.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should get out of here. We're attracting too much attention.
Oh, so you don't want to come with me to the fortress?
No, I mean like go, but not stand right around here. Yeah.
Oh, understood. Yes. Well, come then. So anyone who'd like to join her going to the fortress can make a sneak roll. And you do not have to. It is entirely if you think your character would go.
Success.
I think Rena would go, but she also would have already stuck her entire hand into the sap, so she's just going with a sappy hand.
Understood. Okay, make a stealth roll.
Oh, I already did stealth.
You did. You also
no.
yeah, if you
sneak and stealth is the same, right?
they are the same. Sorry.
Okay.
Also, Rena, I suppose if you really wanted to, you've already navigate track. Rena, if you wanted to, I guess I could let you try and find a Cappy behemoth out here in the wild.
She definitely wants to do that, but she's trying to remain professional and do her job.
Understood.
So she will go help save this rando.
Understood. Billy?
I will sneak it as a regular success.
Okay, cool. So, if you've have you all gotten a regular success at sneak?
Yes.
Then yes. Then the agents. And sure enough, you guys kind of, you know, in that sort of, in the movie logic of huge distances traveled in no time, you guys kind of like, you know, it cuts to you guys with her kind of sneaking up, and the guards are all watching, and because they're so distracted, you're able to sneak into this fortress without issue. I'll roll one for, actually, Pierce, roll for Corinna for me. Just roll a D100.
89.
Unfortunately, you guys, though you're trying to do this, you do get turned around, and suddenly some guards are there. So can all of you give me whatever kind of fighting roll you'd like to make?
I guess just unarmed combat for me.
Sure.
Success.
Nice. And if you don't want to fight, you can just do a dodge.
Yeah, I'll just try and dodge out of the way.
Cool. Leave the fighting to her. Corinna rolls high. Rena, what do you want to do for the fight? You want to do an unarmed combat? You want to pull out a sidearm and shoot some aliens?
Yeah, cause that's all she's definitely not trained.
So you'll do a weapon precision?
Oh, it's all bad. Yeah.
Cool. All right, make your weapon precision roll.
Oh, 25.
Oh, great. Hey, there you go. Oh yeah, you shoot a you bring a gun to a ray gun fight. Billy, how did you do with your dodge?
35, so a hard success.
So Billy, you don't get in anyone's way. Corinna takes out some guards. Michael, you clock one. Rena, takes one out with the non-lethal ammo all the Fiat people carry. Don't worry. Then go ahead, Rena.
I realize we never discussed this, but I also didn't think we'd actually get into a fight. Is it possible that Rena's weapon could be a baton?
Sure. You rolled a 25 on that?
Yeah.
Unclick weapon precision, just click weapon power.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You have a baton. Is it any specific? Yeah, you can put that in your inventory. Any specific kind of baton?
A hitting one.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you smash some shadow elves in the face. But they seem like really terrified. Oh, honestly, if they smell the sap on you, they're probably already freaking out. They're like,
sure.
Are the agents of the Amber? You know, et cetera, et cetera. However, you guys eventually Oh, we'll cut back to Meridian. She's fighting the monster. The monster, however, seeing all the elves is like it does like take a bite at the stuff. Meridian will try to prevent it from eating any of the elves who are out here sort of shouting. Pierce, or you just roll. Dan, roll for Meridian. Roll a combat for Meridian. Can I roll a different thing for her for new? Nah, it's just a fight. Go for it.
83.
83. A normal success. Yes, Meridian so basically its teeth do like rake against the walls and roll a fly for her. A guy falls off a parapet, so roll a
50.
50. Hard success. So basically Meridian tries to pull the thing back, prevents it from eating anyone, but it bites a portion of the castle off. These case gid are screaming, the Dirigal are screaming that this is this is like the end of the world. One guy goes tumbling over the side, but Meridian flies in and catches him, and he says, "Who are you?" And she says, "Well, right now I'm just trying to help, but you guys might want to rethink some of your politics. Seems like, well, I don't know. Seems like you guys might not be running this place all that nice. What are you talking about?" She sets him down and then punches. In the meantime, the rest of you, Corinna, there was only one false start there. We won't keep rolling for more fights. Corinna leads you through the chamber, and eventually you come to like a prison area where you discover Alice in chains. Guys, I've been waiting to say it for so long. Alice in chains, and quite frankly, her normal clothes have like been cut into a very, Deja Thoris appropriate loincloth. Roommates. And Corinna's like, "Alice, oh good, you're all right." And she will sort of go to her, and Alice says, even my incredible strength on this planet, I haven't been able to break these chains. And Corinna says, "There is a chain between us, far stronger than these which tether you to the wall. A chain that will never be broken. A chain of sisterhood?" Alice says, "Yes."
That's what I thought.
Exactly. The rest of you are like roommates. She is in her chains. Would anyone like to attempt to, like, if anyone has fine motor skills, you could try to pick those locks? If anyone wants to try to, or Rena, you could try to bash them with your.
Well, I mean, my fine motor skills is 63. Is someone else's better than that?
Nope.
Marginally 70.
70. Okay. Because the bashing is going to be a 53. So if you want to pick the lock.
Yeah, I can give it a shot. Unless you want to try to check a box. I've already checked the box. So
I've checked a lot of boxes today. I'm actually pretty happy with it.
I'll give a attempt.
This has been an action-packed episode.
Yeah. Oh. It's so close.
Could always spend a power and reroll.
Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. It's a 63, so that's a success. Regular success.
You do manage to undo the chains. Alice kind of rubbing, and she sees, "Humans, are you also from Earth? How's the Great Depression going?" Oh wait, no, she was from the 20s. "How are the Roaring 20s going?"
Oh no.
Gone by quite a little bit of time. But...
Yeah, they're back.
Oh wait, is this? Are we modern? Are we in the 2020s?
Yeah,
we're in like another Gilded Age. So yeah.
Oh, good. Well, as long as women are still competing in the Olympics with men, just like I did. By the way, funny timing. Yeah, she's an Olympian. That was her whole thing.
Oh yeah, not controversial at all either. It's good that in like 100 years, it's become really enlightened from your time.
Oh, good. Oh, 100 years? Oh, you're all spacemen and women.
It's pronounced Bachena.
Technically, that is true.
And at this point, Karuna says, This is wonderful, but we must escape. Take my hand in friendship. And Alice puts her hand in, and they run off hand in hand.
Look, I know the answer, but I just want to roll it. Can I do a detect vibe to figure out what's going on with those two?
Sure.
It's a 28. That's a hard success.
What if you failed it? What?
Then they're just friends. Just close friends.
There's been some, like, in the many times they sleep in beds together, there's been some, like, incidental rubbing that both of them have just chalked up to, like, everyone just getting settled where they are.
That's a lot to gauge from the way they held hands and ran away.
Yeah, that's your guess on it.
God, what have I learned from a higher success? Jesus.
It's a very
You're a fucking pervert as well.
it's basically like
feeling like a Christian Canaan leverage. It's very specific handhold.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
very
it's
it's a very
You can never explain to anyone how you know this because they would just think, "Oh my God, he's insane and he's disgusting."
I'll phrase it like this, Billy. Yeah.
I'm not explaining this to any of you.
Yeah, you're like okay. Basically, yeah, as you look at them, you're kind of like they've never done anything, and yet like it's always just under the surface, and neither of them know it. That's how they're holding hands.
Okay.
Cool. Anywho, back to the good part. Meridian is fighting hard. Okay. Here is the question for Meridian. Now, this is a magical construct. It is also coming after these people. Oh, at this point, huge threat and danger. Meridian fighting against this creature, suddenly a powerful wave shoots out. I need Meridian to roll a dodge. KJ, would you give me the dodge roll for Meridian?
27.
A 27 is a hard success. Meridian easily gets out of the way, sort of flipping into the sky as this powerful, like, purple energy comes shooting out from the science sorcerers there on the fortress. They are gathering their stuff and fighting back against this creature. The energy, Meridian can tell without a roll or anything, just from her active empathy. This is very, like, negative fear, controlling energy that is pouring out of this. It is kind of concentrated dread that they are firing against this amber rampaging Sorosaurian. So Meridian has now kind of a vibe of like, okay. Oh, also, Rena, or actually Dan, give me a look roll for Meridian. Let's see what her superhero eyes see. 27? It is a hard success, but that'll be plenty. She sees her allies, Corinna, and a woman holding hands with Corinna, running out of the place, no one the wiser. So she knows that this has happened. But now Meridian has a choice to make. These elves are very... you guys summoned this thing, you didn't mean to, it is dangerous, but the people here, there's a vibe to these people, and now they're bringing out kind of a very evil, pure, concentrated dread that they're firing at it. Meridian has a choice. Meridian could try to end this creature now, because it is it was your fault that you guys summoned it. And it's not supposed to be here, and it still causes a danger, maybe to the more innocent people in the town. But also, they are now fighting back pretty hard against it, and she's already damaged it a fair bit. So Meridian could she'll still have to keep dodging or avoiding this dreadful energy coming through it, but she could try to destroy this beast. She could try to deliver the killing blow, as Michael said. There's no sort of, there's no organ, so you just kind of, just gotta break it apart and it'll sort of shatter. Or she could leave it here to cover your escape. Catch up and basically say, this Dirigil, they seem to, maybe they have rot, having to, rot, WROGTH, not ROT. This is the society they've built. Maybe they have to fight against this thing. I will say that Meridian, let's have her do a roll. Pierce, why don't you do this roll? This will be an analyze for her.
Okay.
She has a 77 in this, so high, but not
Is a 26.
With a hard thing, she does suspect that they can probably beat it. There's a chance they won't be able to, but she suspects with the damage the way she's already weakened it, these evil science.
What did you roll?
Me?
Yeah.
A 26.
Okay.
What's wrong?
No, I'm thinking. Damn.
Oh, sorry. So basically, kind of she with a hard signature, she's kind of like, so she knows that they could sort of succeed. So basically, your options are: this is a vote. 1, Meridian will finish the beast off, risking herself against that ray of dread before catching up with the others. Potentially, you'll be followed, or she can leave them to fight this. Let it finally be its sort of thing. So 2 is leave them to fight it, and catch up with you guys and make a clean getaway. 1 vote from Rena Rude. Ooh, a 1. Guys, this is why she's Meridian, in fairness.
Exactly, yeah.
You know.
Okay.
The
My
only
keyboard
reason
hasn't
we're
woken
here
up,
is
but
because she wants to save her arch nemesis from a prison she rightfully deserves
Yeah.
to be in.
And she's like, and you know, I don't know if she sees any kids, any child shadow elves right there, but there could be kids there.
There really could be.
Or these people could have kids, and she's like, well, I don't want to get rid of their parents or whatever. She fucking bleeding heart.
Also, it's like, it's not even like something that they have wrought. It's like we literally summoned this and then sent it barreling towards them.
She more means rotted by, capturing
Right.
people and being evil and dictators. But yeah, so she will go ahead and come in for one final destroy. Tell you what she'll do though, just so she can roll another one. I'm gonna have her do a lift on this one. I'm gonna have her do kind of a, she's punched it plenty. It's getting hit by this. Her plan is going to be to pick it up by the tail and throw it to the ground. So who hasn't? KJ, you do this one. She has a 128.
5.
5? That's a vital success. All right. In addition, let's do another dodge roll. When we're gonna give her a bonus in this. Dan, you do that. Roll a D100 with 1 bonus because of how well she lifts it.
58.
58 will be a success. So basically she does, as it's fighting against this and sort of attacking the sort of, it's almost like it's like reaching up over the top of a shelf, like a high shelf. That's where the fortress is located to this thing. Because it's at the base of the cliff. She then grabs it by the tail and hauls it up and manages to just dodge like one last ray of that purple before she swings it down, throwing it down below with a vital success. It shatters into amber on the ground. And then Meridian, I'll just do a fly for her real quick. Then she just flies away, seeing that it has been destroyed. So with that, the fight is done. Meridian and the Fiat agents regroup, along with Corinna and I nearly said Dahlia, but Alice. As she's sort of there, Meridian says, well, that was a bit more exciting than we were expecting, but I think in the end it did prove to be a distraction, but that thing was a lot.
Yeah, really pulled something out of there this time.
Well, and Corinna says, they'll be coming after us. We need to keep going. I think that Alice and I, our path does not lead where yours does, but I thank you so much for helping me free my friend. You see the kind of science sorceries they use here. Meridian says, I do, and they don't sit right with me. I wish you luck in your quest to save your world. And Alice says, and I wish you a safe return to our world. Someday I'll take you there, Corinna. Oh, that would be marvelous. Well, thank you. Good luck. If you guys have any parting words, you can say them. But But
Safe travels.
Yeah. I hope you all get where you need to be.
thank you. But now we know a weakness, Amber. We will search the land for Amber to fight against the casket. And so with that, they will rush off. So Meridian says, we also got to do our own rushing. Everybody might want to grab onto my cape again, but it's gonna be an arm workout.
Okay.
All right. Everybody do a lift roll.
$51. Regular success.
Yay!
So that's a 4, so that's an extreme.
Yeah,
Spending the power.
sure.
It's very close to 100.
18 hard success.
I'm glad you didn't roll 100. That would have
Did you
been
know
bad.
that a 4 and a 0 are right next to each other on the D10? I learned that tonight.
I'm also going to say that I'm going to do I'm going to say that in this time, Violet Tower went on a solo mission and acquired spaceman fuel.
Hard what?
Spaceman fuel.
Oh,
Weird
Gem.
cubes of whatever gem thing. Yeah, that sort of stuff. And so basically Magnaut's like, oh, good, you're all back. Wonderful. Violet just returned, so we are almost ready to depart. Why do you all smell like sap? And, oh, Meridian, it's hard to see on your yellow uniform, but you have a lot of... And Meridian kind of brushes a bunch of amber off of herself. Right. Yeah, it was, you kind of had to be there.
Sticky situation.
how almost? Like, how much time would you say until we're ready to leave?
She says, oh, there's a few minutes.
Minute. Ah, okay. Oh, good.
Like, just enough time for you to go off and do some mysterious thing.
Super mysterious. It's just kind of... I'm gonna pee in the woods.
Okay. Violet's like, you don't just want to use the head on the ship? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, Rena goes off to, All right. I don't want to say a thing that will make you mad right now. But I'm going
Fine,
to.
you did earlier.
Yep. Oh, I will. I don't want to, but I'm going to. You are going to need to make a luck roll. And I want you to channel Kevin. That's what will make you mad, because there's truth in it. So go ahead and make a luck roll. If you'd like to spend power beforehand, you can to give yourself bonuses on the luck roll. And then you'll get them for all subsequent. How many you want to add? How many bonuses?
2.
2. All right.
This is cocked. Sorry. 12.
12 is an extreme success for you. With an extreme success, as you're going through the woods, presumably not peeing.
No.
So you are going to have to go later, and everyone's going to be like, we thought you went already. But as
I have a small bladder. Everyone get off my back.
As you go through the woods, you do find a small creature all alone. This is near where that stampede had been, so this one was probably a straggler in that stampede.
Oh no, poor thing, all alone.
Yeah.
Okay, sap.
Okay. You're gonna coax it over to you with a sap. I'm gonna have you do a charm persuade, but you may add your entire alien physiology to it. So though you don't have the highest thing, you're gonna get 3 bonuses on it. So you can roll you have 4 chances.
Okay, 32.
That is a normal success.
Mhm.
So it does not charge you and instead comes and starts eating the sap you've given it. So yes, this baby copy behemoth, which is probably the size of like a grizzly bear, I guess.
Like a baby grizzly bear?
No, because the big ones are the size of an elephant. It's like, what's the size of a baby elephant?
Like a black bear, probably.
A baby elephant is small. Like a baby elephant will come up to my hip.
Wow. That's a
long
newborn. Hold on. Yeah, a newborn is 3 feet tall. But how big's a calf? Elephant calf size.
They're pretty small.
All right. I'm gonna say it's this one is a little old, so this is not a newborn, but I will say that it is a little shorter than you. So it is not the size of a bear, but yes, it is a little shorter than you. It certainly weighs a lot more than you. Kind of expands behind, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it is licking the sap you've given it.
So I'm just going to slowly back away while continually adding more and more sap to my hand.
Okay.
And also, like, pet it, comfort it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, you... It is not charging. It is hungry. It's orphaned here, so it's been looking for food, so you're doing that. Yes, you managed to get it back to the interdimensional bathysphere. Michael and Billy, you both have good eyes, so you see this. You both canonically have good high vision, so you see this.
The amount I am surprised is 0.
You're gonna tell her about how this is not on the mission and that she can't get close to the soups.
I can't get what?
That you can't get close to the soups.
No, she knows, and this is just going to be written up in her record.
Remember, this is the last time you had to get rid of something.
What's a soup?
Like a super powered person?
This is not a super powered person. It
you
is
know-
literally neither of those three things.
KJ, I'm on your fucking side here. Remember how he made you give up your last animal because he told you not to get close to them?
Mhm,
I'm in your
yeah,
fucking side here.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it is neither of those three things.
No, I mean, it's just an alien entity that we don't know what's going to happen to it when we bring it along.
Was
with
that
us.
thing what was that, the sugar glider? What was that thing called?
Yeah, it's a sugar glider.
It was like yeah.
Did it have like a weird name?
I don't know.
It was named Peanut.
It was named Peanut. Smile glider.
Wow, glider.
I knew Sugar Glider was too real.
Yeah. Have you named this yet, Rena? Let's make it harder for you to give it up.
I don't know how
Clifford.
it's gonna...
Clifford.
I mean, the one thing I'll say is, I don't know how it's gonna get on the ship.
Meridian.
I will just sort of point toward. I will just sort of get the attention of not even Meridian of the Magmanaut, and just sort of this Magmanaut, just sort of point in the direction of.
All right, are we ready to? Oh, wait.
I
Gonna fit.
think we might have a passenger that's about to board.
What?
Is Rena close enough that she can hear the commotion that this is causing?
Well, yeah. I mean, Magmanaut has just walked out and she sees it now with them.
Okay, so I'm close.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought all that stuff that Pierce was just saying about we're on your side, Rena. I thought he was saying that to you.
Oh no, I was saying that to KJ because she was attacking. She was getting very heated.
Oh, understood. Well,
No,
yes,
that
no,
was not Rena.
you've gotten there, Billy and Michael. Well, Billy and Michael, what do you say? You've gotten to the bathysphere with the creature. They've just seen you. So what do people say?
Oh wow! Look, there was sap on my hand, and it just followed me. How strange! It's so. Look at this little guy.
I just say nothing and I turn around and go into the bathysphere.
Okay.
I'm on your side here. I don't know that we can fit it on the ship though. I guess that's a Magmanon or Meridian call. But I will say, regardless of what happens, You do
Doors.
know that we have access to a Dr. Henry Wu now. So if you just take a sample of its hair, we might be able to just bring it back to life.
Meridian
clone it.
says, "I think we shouldn't be relying on Dr. Henry Wu anymore. That went a little. Oh, hello."
Come on, that's.
She sees the creature here. Oh, hi. She pets it. Did he just come wandering out of the woods?
Yeah! So strange.
Oh,
Yeah. Seems like he wants to come with us.
Well,
I
the
don't think
door.
he wants to get onto I doubt he wants to get onto an enclosed space with a bunch of strangers.
Yes. Is there cloning at Fiat?
Cloning is highly discouraged. There have been a lot of problems with clones.
But you
That's
probably
not
know.
the question I asked you.
There are, yes, cloning is possible at Fiat, yes.
Well, also, Tatia and Temple the Fourth. You might have another person you could ask about it.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's like the future, but yeah. Okay. So, next step, because Rena did not think about the door. She is going to...
Oh, the door onto the bathysphere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is going to, including with her sappy hand, furiously pet the capybara to get all the loose fur off of it
Okay.
and onto her hand.
Make a, I guess it could be fine motor skills. Yeah, make a fine motor skills roll.
Two.
Well, yep. You get a lot of fur, including like the base, the
Cuticle.
roots.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the cuticle, whatever the thing that's the base of the
Yeah,
hair. You also just happen to mix in, and it's somehow just like the way it sits on there. It's like perfectly like you can kind of fold the sap over to have it be like security there. You also just happen to get a bunch of saliva. It has a cut on it, so you get a little blood.
Yeah,
There's
sense.
one of its claws comes off in there too, like an extra.
Oh
sort of,
no!
Yeah.
This poor thing.
Yep. So yeah, you get a lot of genetic material.
I will leave the remaining sap for Clifford to enjoy.
All right. The Magmanaut says, "Are we ready to go?"
Yep, now we are.
Now. Meridian says, "Oh well, bye. Clifford, you said is his name?"
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Clifford. Meridian pets him a bit and goes on and says some strange things on this strange world full of strange lore. And at that, you guys get on board. The interdimensional bathysphere now has the juice to blast off of this planet and make one hop to Bemarval.
So where?
To Bemarval, which is where you have encountered the sort of spatial anomaly.
Oh, right.
Another way out.
Another
Sorry,
planet.
way out.
So yeah, with that is where we'll end this issue. Well, guys, that was great. There was a lot of good luck and then one incredible instance of bad luck, which did slow things, because had that thing just been under your control, that just would have been a instant thing. But instead, there was a big fight. But it also was very appropriate for a comic book. So that also was very improbable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highly so.
I was very excited at first because I thought I got 0, and then I realized, wait, maybe I don't think there is a 0, and that's why I had you guys confirm what 100 looks like.
Yeah. Dan, did you not improve nothing?
No, I just rolled to improve a stat that's a 40. I rolled a 99.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I improved. Great, cool.
Yeah, you're like, where was that when I was trying to improve a hard stat? I guess that's silly to watch. But thank you all for watching tonight. This was so much fun. Join us for our other streams. On Friday, we have a very special Blood from a Stone, different sort of format thing. I think you'll enjoy it. But we are in Paradise, and things in Paradise kicked off pretty fun. We had 2 horror searches last week. Ooh, Dan just improved something. Well done.
I just improved my analyze from an 85 to an 89.
Love it. Join us on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific for Here Be Dragons, where boy did if we thought things got good in the previous game,
man.
where one of the dragons had a breakdown last week, all the dragons had a breakdown, and it's getting real there. It's getting real as they head to the deep shadow. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this crystal, said a one-dimensional friend, because that's the way it works there. And then on Monday, whether you forgive or forget, we will be moving on to our next mission. Will we venture?
Where you live and you learn.
Exactly. You live, you learn. On Monday, we'll either be going to Condor 262, a world that is newly formed that still has foundational transitional energy where creatures might be able to change their nature, whether it is back to something or to something new, which is another interesting possibility. And then on a week from tonight, I said there were that's forgive. If we do forget, however, we'll be going to Volcrum, where to the war lands of Lemuria, which fun stuff. So yeah, join us for any of that. And then a week from tonight, I hope we will be back with part 10 of Meridian Salvation, which seems like you know what? I should actually announce something now that it is Wednesday, just so people are sort of aware of schedules and things. As August comes to a close, we are going to be putting Topflight Tales on hiatus once again. We love playing this game. It's kind of a foundational one to our thing, and we'll always want to have some sort of Topflight stuff going on here or there. But starting in early September, I guess on September 4th, Wednesday, September 4th, we are going to be starting a new D&D, sort of D&D 2024 campaign with the new rule book. So join us for that. We'll have more announcements about that soon. But just so you know, there's Topflight Tales will be going on some kind of hiatus after a couple of weeks here. So I would suspect we'll try to close out this Meridian thing. All the other open plot threads. I mean, it's comic books. Who knows? Yeah. Well, maybe we'll check in on all of them in a weird, brief way. But yeah. So thank you all for watching. This has been so much fun. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Our YouTube to watch old ones, the wiki to see how it all interacts. Follow these wonderful people. Would anyone like to plug Manzukis, reference, complain, make any statements or observations?
Sure. I have a Manzukis, real quick. I was thinking of like sci-fi love stories, and then something that's a little more planetary. And this is a great movie that not a lot of people saw. Part of the like Brit Marling emergence. But it is a movie called Another Earth.
Another Earth.
Just a fantastic movie where basically one day you look up in the sky and there is another Earth there. The idea being like maybe you can fix all the, like maybe there's a second chance there, right? Very interesting movie made for very little money during that whole time. These like three friends made a bunch of movies. Another Earth that I feel like a lot of time is the one that's not talked about, but it's pretty solid.
How close to the other Earth? Like, I'd be worried about the effects of the gravitational pull.
Well, because that's the whole thing in Marvel is how there's counter Earth, which is the Earth that's on the other side of the sun from us at all times. Do you know about that in Marvel Comics? Yeah. Anyway, but that one has no gravitational implications, which is nice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty close. I feel like you see there's like a world in the sky.
In that movie. It is not hard sci-fi.
Give me hard sci-fi. Well, yeah. Well, meanwhile, KJ, you can at what I said, but in chat, Sophia said it'll be back. It always comes back, referring to Topflight, and then you said like herpes. So
yes.
I say to that. I say the Yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. This was very fun. I'm excited to see how things go. Good luck fighting good work rather, conjuring a distraction that wound up being more destructive. But you know what? The job got done.
It did.
That's all that matters. So thanks for watching, everyone. This was great. Until next time, have a top